All right.
Today's gonna be a great show because we don't have to
show.
carry one person that always bogs everything down.
Yeah.
I'm talking about you, Ryan.
Oh, me? Yeah. Hey, smash that like button, share it all over. All over.
I just say it like that. Gosh. It's just terrifying.
So, unfortunately, we have somebody out on assignment today, but that was done on purpose.
Yeah. What up?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome again to the 4.
I can mute him because I have control of this, and this is great.
So, unfortunately, I mean, and I can take him out, and that's easy. I can do that. I can add him back in too.
I can also do it too. This is gonna be a problem.
Okay, so this is gonna suck. So I got everybody up. So it's gonna be Nerd Wars, and we'll be taking each other out throughout the broadcast. So,
Yes.
we just need what next week is Anthony's the host, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so next week we'll all be taking each other out, and Andre will be the only one that won't have any rights.
And it will stay that way for a long time.
For eternity. You know what I'm saying?
So what's up, RJ? Hey guys, how are you? How are y'all doing?
What up?
Nerd Costa Nostra, what's up? We got Gavin Cooley in the house.
What up, Gavin?
We got here Jason, what's up? And again, we got DC Talk with Extended. We got Philip Barker. I believe we sent Philip a link. I don't know if he's available or not, if he's working. But definitely we want to plug our 4Nerd Network affiliate. Go right ahead, Dawson. Plug their shows.
Yes, so as I announced earlier this week, we have 2 new shows being added to the 4Nerds Network, which are hosted by both Austin Leanne as well as Philip Barker. Austin's show will be known as The Deep Dive, which simply will be a show talking about specific directors and actors, really diving into their careers, things they've done, things they hope to do, and just really going into their careers in general. And it's just very, very exciting stuff. It'll be a pre-recorded show. And we also have the Late Night Pool hosted by Philip Barker, which they'll be talking about the latest comic books, comic book storylines, things you should be picking up at your local comic book shop. It's going to be a very, very fun time. And speaking of which, Austin got into the chat as well.
Oh, Austin's here. Hey, what's up, Austin? Hey, I believe that that Dawson sent you a link as well. So if you're available, that's what's up.
Oh, I thought you sent them, but I can do that.
You're going to take care of it.
I never once said that.
I'm sorry, I have to play this for Dawson.
You are on this council, but we do not grant you the rank of master.
I never once said that I'd take care of it. You are a lying sack of crap.
Dawson and he's 2 husband?
Huh?
What?
They call you guys my husbands.
Who?
Hunter Iggy.
Well, at least they know who's the masculine and who's the feminine. So let's go. Let's go. What's up?
What up, DC Talk?
Oh man. But yeah, so guys, there's been some stuff that's come out this week.
As every week, yes.
And some of it
indeed.
that you guys have seen, and some of it you haven't seen.
Mm-hmm.
I'll save the other stuff for if either Austin or Phil are able to show, because I do know that they have seen at least Halloween, the latest Halloween movie. I saw that the other night, and we'll share my thoughts and their thoughts, hopefully, on that if they're able to join. But one thing that you guys haven't seen is the new Ghostbusters International trailer for Afterlife.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, you haven't seen it. So Dawson, you've seen it.
I think I saw it once, but I would definitely love.
What's
to
up, Dwayne?
Yeah.
Wayne, what's up, Dwayne Jackson? What's up, man?
What up?
Okay, well, what I'll do is for the audience as well. I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to share the screen, and we shall watch it.
Yeah.
And then we shall evaluate it.
We shall evaluate. So click
You did not share the audio.
I didn't. God dang it! I was like, bro, I got this. I was like, man, this is.
You are on this council, but we do not grant you the rank of master.
Well, screw that. I'm removing that.
Oh my gosh, that's too good.
I forget to share the damn audio because it's like I don't normally share the audio when I'm drawing. All right, so here it is again, and watch it again for the first time. What's up, Bookie Yarrow and Dr. Fate?
Good.
Mom, what kind of scientist was Grandpa?
Honestly, I have no idea.
I found it in my living room.
Wait a minute.
This thing is real? Somehow, a town that has no fault lines is shaking on a daily basis.
What is that?
Maybe it's the apocalypse.
Oh my god.
This isn't a mine. It's a gateway. There!
What do we do?
I love this car. Go, go, go!
What exactly is happening here?
We need to finish what our grandfather started.
That's not good.
Bro.
All right, who brought the dog?
All right. All
Yes.
right. Well, we don't want that on the screen, so let's get rid of that. Okay, so so thoughts, guys, thoughts.
That was
We'll go with
pretty
we'll go
good.
with Anthony since this is
That was-
first fresh.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. That was pretty
Yeah.
fucking good. I was already
Paul?
excited for the movie anyway, so this just helped that. A lot of nostalgia there. What up, Phil?
What up?
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
Glad you could join us.
Yeah, a lot
for
of
the
nostalgia there. Yeah, I'm down with that.
Mhm.
I just nobody don't remake Ghostbusters thing.
I'm hoping,
Don't do that.
I'm hoping that he doesn't. I mean, I'm hoping it's a new original story, and it kind of looks like it is. It looks like they're not following the same formula like
Mhm.
they've done in the past. So I'm hoping that his
Yeah.
son, Ivan Reitman's son, is going to do him justice.
Yeah, no,
And Phil, you've seen the trailer, right? So
I just did.
you
So-
just saw it.
I just saw it.
Okay, fresh opinion.
Well, I'm not really a huge Ghostbusters fan. I like it just fine, but I'm not
All
you
right,
know,
he's out.
a mega fan of it or anything. But it was fun. It looked like fun. I didn't even bother with the 2016 one, but this one looks more in line with the first film, and I think
Man.
that's what
Yeah.
they're ultimately aiming for. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
looks
Yeah,
cool.
they're trying. I think they're trying to gain back the people who lost faith or trust in the franchise. And Dawson, what are your thoughts on the trailer? What's up, Reese?
I mean, what's up, Reese?
What
There's a
up?
lot of great stuff to look at. I mean, you got to look at the demon dogs. I can't remember exactly what they're called, but the demon dogs. Got a
Mhm.
better look at
Yeah,
them.
they're
They look
both-
great.
yeah.
Yeah, they look great. They look awesome. I think the story is a good combination of just serious takes and also some humor in there as well. Where are you at?
I'm near.
He's on
TV
assignment.
and this. That's a rhino.
Clearly.
What the? Why are you
I'm at-
poking
Okay,
it there?
so what we want
I'm
you
at
to do is
pumpkin
ask
patch,
the Andre, if you can hear us, please ask the chief if we can get his take on the Ghostbusters trailer. Thank you.
What did you say, Dawson?
That wasn't even Dawson talking.
Hey, 4Nerds!
Well, actually, yeah, 4Nerds, yes.
I can't even piss.
Heard him
Stand
anyways.
it up.
Yes, this is the 4Nerds.
I'm like 10 seconds away from bringing it in the creek.
You don't have it
Anyway,
loaded
I
up
wanna
in
check with you
here.
guys.
I can actually add it.
Yeah.
So.
I saw
Do
the
your
Ghostbusters. It looks really cool. Can we check out Dune?
Are you drunk?
Yeah,
Dude.
I've
Have you
seen,
been
I've
drinking
seen
too much
Dune.
fucking pumpkin spice?
He's been
Yinglings?
pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin spice Yinglings is what I've been drinking.
Yeah, so much pumpkin spice, my eyes are turning blue.
Freak.
All right,
I
I'll
don't
see you guys
think
later.
All right.
Take it easy, Andre.
Oh,
Have fun
good.
with the match.
Oh, okay, so that's over. That thank you,
What?
Nick,
The cameo
for
appearance
sharing.
of the night.
Absolutely nothing. Adding nothing to the stream. So I'm sorry, Phil. As you're saying that you're not a fan of Ghostbusters per se, but this one looks more in line with the original movies, and so it piqued your interest. You're interested in watching.
I feel like it's if there's room for another one after this, maybe. But
Mhm.
I feel like this just feels like a good story on its own. Because I mean, you've got the director Jason Reitman, Ivan Reitman's son, taking the reins for this project. Ivan
Yeah.
Reitman's a producer on it. They're obviously very happy with how it turned out. I mean, it just kind of sucks that the actor who played Egon, Harold Ramis, he's no longer with us. I would have really liked to see what he would have done had he still been here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure he would've been down
and
for this
that's the
too.
only negative thing that I have to that I have towards the whole franchise is that Bill Murray kind of his negativity.
He largely
sort of
stalled it
held-
a lot.
Yes, he stalled it, and then after Harold passed, he was like, "Okay, fine, I'll do it." And fortunately, they did the video game, and Harold was alive. And that is a fantastic video game, guys. If you haven't played it, it's really great. They released a Wii version as well, but I mean the original version that's on I think PlayStation is really phenomenal. The story's great.
I think we had
it brings
the Wii
back
version.
the Hell Dogs and all that, so it's really cool.
So yeah,
And also he would have been able to obviously reprise his role as the kid's grandfather. I'm guessing that's
see that's
the little thing. Go ahead.
The only issue that I have with this whole thing is the kids having the what is it, positron colliders or whatever on their backs. I mean they're using these essentially deadly weapons or whatever, and they're kids, and there's a little bit of suspension of disbelief, but it's like
Can I just
it's an
interject real
interesting
quick?
take, but yeah, I don't know.
Can I just interject?
Yeah,
these
yeah.
fictional characters, Ryan. Fictional characters.
It's gotta be somewhat. It's gotta be somewhat. I mean, you can stretch the imagination.
I mean,
so much.
you literally have ghosts
There's
that
a
eat
point where the
platters of
rubber band
food.
breaks, and it's like no longer believable.
I mean, we're talking about Zool and like all these different things with the
That's
demon dogs. Like, I'm pretty sure kids carrying these weapons in a time of need and disaster is not entirely out of the question.
That's like saying Freddy should have known how to throw the Batarang in Shazam. It's like, who gives a shit?
Yo,
He's like, damn it, he thought
Foiled again.
But I mean, I'm gonna watch it.
I
It
hear
looks
where you're coming
interesting and
Yeah,
it looks
yeah.
fun. But yeah, I mean that's the only thing. I'm like, man, these kids are really young. The one driving from Stranger Things.
He looks like
Okay.
he's a young adult. I don't know about young.
He's older. Like Stranger Things, I've said it a billion times. Finish your series. Kids gonna be out there with goatees and shit.
It's the same. Yeah, it's the same thing
Same
with
with
the
Shazam.
Shazam series. Yeah,
Exactly. Same with Shazam. Like,
finish up.
finish
It's
that
like-
shit.
I'm sorry, but I really dig digital doubles. At this point in time, I'm like, if you need a kid, yeah, go ahead. And yeah, thanks so much.
Yes, thank you so much for the
Phil,
support.
Show the tee you're wearing.
Oh, okay.
Full screen. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Hey.
Nice.
Nice.
The gallery.
I like it.
Yeah, yeah.
Gallery.
Yeah.
The gallery, the rogue
Very
gallery.
nice.
Thank you so much. We definitely appreciate it here, and thank you so much for standing up for us, Phil. And
Will the real Slim Shady please stand up?
right? Is Ghostbusters supposed to be taken seriously? You could
I think yes and
argue
no.
that with the 2016 version, it's supposed to be taken more seriously than that movie. It's not supposed to. I mean, the very first movie, which is what this is all based off of or from, is it was a horror movie with comedians in it.
Yes.
And that's what made it awesome, special, different. It was a horror setting, right? I mean, you had the devil dogs, you had real ghosts, skeletons, things that really back in the 80s.
Like that ghost at the beginning was actually kind of scary. Yeah.
You would normally see those in horror films of the day. And so they had Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, and Harold Ramis, who are traditionally comedians, and placed them in that environment, and that's what made it unique and fun. And so that's kind of the magic, and you sort of lost that when you went to Ghostbusters 2. They added, because of the real Ghostbusters cartoon, they sort of geared everything.
They shifted the tone. They shifted the tonality of it all
to sort of include the kids. And then so they went way beyond that when you got the Haunted Mansion sort of Ghostbusters 2016, where everything is bright, vivid, colorful, whatever, and it just lost any sort of semblance of what it used to be, and that's why we are all hoping that this new movie, Afterlife, can kind of bring that, hone that in and bring it back. To the genre, because it does look like it might be closer to the original a horror movie with comedians in it, Adam Sandler movies, right? I mean, like for me, if I were to cast Ghostbusters of today, I would have put probably Adam Sandler, Ben Stiller, and someone else, and sort of that genre, like
the cast of grown-ups.
The cast of grown-ups, pretty much, and just I mean, put it, but I would have set it in like a horror type film, right? Like Halloween,
I can see Chris Rock doing something
Kills
like
or
that.
whatever.
Chris Rock,
Chris. Yeah, I mean, you put them in uncomfortable situations, and the comedy kind of finds itself. It's not in your face. It's not blatant. It's not slapstick. It's funny situations. Like if you look at the original Ghostbusters scene, the first sequence, when they become Ghostbusters for the first time, they go to the hotel, and coming up with the price. They're coming up with the price on the fly. Like if you look at Bill Murray, he's looking over at Egon. Egon's giving him like four digit 4,000 whatever, and they're just sort of playing off of each other because it's a startup business, it's a startup company, and they don't have really, there's no barometer for what to charge for that type of service. And they're extinguishers, or bug extinguishers, or whatever, like in the elevator sequence with that one guy, and they almost killed the maid who's behind the cart, and that's funny because again, that's their first test. They're like, oh hey, we never really had a field test. Good job, guys. It was funny. So what's up, Steve? I want to say let's see, Integrity 101. What's going on? Let's see, what are you saying here? I hate holograms of the deceased in movies, concerts. I think it's when somebody is literally dead, it's time to move on and let them rest in peace. It's true for certain situations. Like I didn't mind Marlon Brando in Superman Returns, even though the movie sucked. I didn't mind seeing that because it was a pre-recorded message to Cal from Marlon Brando's Jor-El.
They didn't actually recreate the person, and I think they're referring to, of course, the idea of having Egon in Ghostbusters Afterlife, which of course would not be a good idea. Well, no,
I don't know if he's
but like we talk about him being his the kid's grandfather, and like if they tried to bring him in, it would be a little distasteful. It'd be just, it's weird. I mean, I was fine with it when they did it in Rogue One with Grand Moff Tarkin. Like I thought that worked pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it worked pretty well. It was in character. I think it's how he would have played it had he still been alive. But
Grand Tiff Tarkin.
Wait.
It's Grand Moff Tarkin.
Moff. Yeah, I'm so used to saying Tiff.
Right. I was like,
Yeah,
wait a minute.
I'm so used to saying Enosh. Why?
Yeah,
Enosh
I
Tiff's
get you.
nickname.
Yeah, but
Tarkin.
I mean,
I'll say Tarkin.
Or Carrie Fisher after she passed.
I gotta be honest. I
in
actually was
episode
not a
9.
fan of that technology in that movie. It was noticeable and it looked terrible on both of them.
I thought it looked better on Tarkin than it did on Leia.
I think Leia looked better. I thought Tarkin looked you could see the lips. It was that bad.
I wouldn't have minded either way with Tarkin had they done what they did, or if they just let the guy from Harry Potter just play Tarkin. You know. Oh yeah, because the Tarkin that we got in episode 3, it looked like a mask. He looked horrible. And of course, he didn't have any speaking lines, but it looked bad. I was like, "Oh my god, I know that's Tarkin, but that looks like shit."
I would have cast the guy who was Tywin Lannister on Game of Thrones.
Ooh.
The King. Yeah, I would have cast him to replace. In a
what's up, comic book? Craig James. What's up?
What is up, everybody?
Apparently, they've talked to they've talked to Harold Ramis's family. Well, yeah, the same thing. They go to the estate. They went to Marlon Brando's estate. And they make sure it's okay with the family. That's kind of, I don't say
that's the taste way to go about it.
Yeah,
right.
Which we don't know the extent, because in that trailer you do see an older fellow like trying to trap ghosts in his cornfield and shit. Like they show that, so I'm guessing that's
supposed to be him.
That's supposed to be Egon. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like we'll see if they get any type of close up to the face or what. They might not. They might just be straight flashbacks that are like real quick cuts.
It may not, yeah. And like I mean, you even have that same or situation with the Fast and Furious guy that passed away. They used his brother to come in. And,
his family's full on good with that shit. They're like, yo, use the brothers, put the face on, let's go.
Yeah, brother, sister, cousin, come on.
family.
On the other side of the coin.
Yeah.
Like you could I think what people don't want to do is they don't want to wind up in a situation kind of like Robert Zemeckis in the second Back to the Future film with like Crispin Glover trying to recreate likenesses and things like that, because that's a big
a big no-no. That's a big no-no to do that. Didn't they do that recently with another character or actor? And it was, God, what was it?
I feel like they might have done that for Gotham with Bruce Wayne, kind of, sort of, but I don't know.
I'm not sure. What's up, Snyder Steppenwolf? How's it going?
What's up?
That's good.
They should have done.
They did. They recreated the likeness of Donald Pleasance for Halloween Kills, but the actor they got, the way they did it, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
You mean? Okay, yeah. Okay, I don't know. My mind just went somewhere for a second. Yeah, so I haven't seen the movie. I haven't seen. No. I was thinking of what Twin Lannisters? Yeah, Tywin
Lannister.
Let's see. Lannister. Sorry, that's not Egon in the cornfield. That's Peter trying to catch his next date. Okay. So. Yeah, we're interested in that. There's another trailer that came out today, and we can jump into that one as well. Let me see. Here it is, right here. Let me blow it up and add audio. This is the Uncharted trailer, and that's not the right button. So, and share audio. Here we go. Add to stream and.
There are places out there you can't find on any map. They're not gone. They're just lost.
Hey, kid. A little young for a bartender, aren't you? A little old for prom, aren't you? Everything in here. Why the map?
This path that Ferdinand Magellan took to sail around the world.
You know your history.
It's the biggest treasure that's never been found.
5 billion, easy. I think you're here because you're your brother.
Well, you know my brother Sam.
If you find that gold, you find him too.
Who the hell is this? I'm a friend of Sully's. Sully doesn't have any friends. I should know him one of them.
You are a collector.
Well, I dabble.
I don't dabble. My family has been looking for this project for a very long time. So much blood.
Spider-Man.
Sure, he's just threatening to kill me.
Don't touch your ear like that. You look like an idiot.
You have no idea who you partnered with.
I've been dreaming about this stuff since I was a kid. My brother Sam left one final clue.
Plot twist: his brother was played by Andrew Garfield.
That actually would be pretty good.
That would be pretty funny, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Convenient. Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh.
Yeah, they do that.
Oh man.
Oh my God. Should they come out to play with our big boys, we because you're about to get a proper Scottish welcome.
The fuck did he just say?
What?
Yeah.
Oh crap!
That's how I feel after watching that trailer.
Huh.
Yeah.
As someone
Okay.
that is the look is there.
That's a
That is
trailer.
my
The
favorite
look,
vid-
yes.
Yes.
That is my favorite video
well,
game
yeah, I mean,
series of all time.
sure.
The look is there. The
What's up,
actors
Truth?
What up,
get
Truth?
what up, Truth? The actors get the fuck out of it.
It feels so awkward, right?
Yeah,
because you've got Mark Wahlberg being Mark Wahlberg, you've got Tom Holland basically being Peter Parker.
But yes,
and it's just like that's not Nathan Drake.
No,
that's not Sully. Like,
I get what they're trying to do with like they're trying to start a franchise, right? Where they're
Yes.
younger and then they build up to when they're older. But the thing is,
They
is
should
like
have brought in Drake from Drake and Josh.
Dude, Nathan Fillion was right
yes,
there.
Nathan Fillion.
He
Nathan
was
Fillion even did a
right
fan film as
there.
Nathan Drake.
Yes. It's like he was right effing there. What I
I don't get what again, like you said, Anthony. It looks good, like visually. Visually, it resembles
looks like the game.
Yeah, it does.
That's what you want when you adapt.
Well, I mean,
that's the first thing-
they have the game there to match color correction, all that, you know.
Well, yeah, obviously, but
so
like
the palette, all that, it just makes it that's an easy. That's like, you know, hey.
no,
that's
but like also the action
they got the
sequences and everything,
audio.
like it's very similar.
Yeah,
The action sequence is very similar.
The
Okay.
cargo
there are shots
hanging out
there.
of the plane is an actual scene straight from the fucking games, dude. And it's intense, and it's like, yo, like it's,
him
you know,
hopping out of the water and hopping on a rock. That's straight out of the game.
all of it. And
Yeah.
and I was talking to Joey earlier, and Joey was like, I think they're trying to squeeze all the games into one movie. I feel the same way because there's a lot of things that are
Like
just
an
from
Injustice?
different.
Yeah.
But like, if you're trying to squeeze them all into one movie, why would you cast such young character or versions of the
Yes.
characters?
Right,
That's my
right.
question. Because again, if you want to build a franchise, that's one thing, and you start with young actors, that makes sense to me. But if you're trying to squeeze everything in, that doesn't work for me.
Yeah, I mean, and look, it also when Drake dons the holsters.
Yeah.
And the necklace and shit. He's like fucking mid-30s, almost 40.
Yeah.
He's an older dude. Sully's gray hair, got a mustache and a cigar in his mouth. What are they doing right? You know what I'm saying? Like, so
Yeah.
visually awesome. Fire. That shit looks like the video games. And then I'm like, and also Tom Holland, very few movies I've seen him in other than a Marvel film where he doesn't sound just like he sounds when he's in a Marvel film. So
Yes.
he sounds like Peter Parker in the entire trailer.
He
I was
really
like,
does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
just
only
I
other
didn't like
time-
that one line that the girl delivered. Like, you know, he doesn't have any friends. I should know. I'm one of them. I'm like, wait a minute. Didn't you
That
just
made no
cancel
sense.
what you just fucking said?
That made
I was like,
absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
I think the only time I've ever heard Tom Holland like not use his Peter Parker voice was in Devil All the Time.
Yes, that's the one I'm talking. That's the only
Yeah.
one. Yeah, that's the only one. So yeah.
So yeah, it's just like, I don't know. It's kind of frustrating because, like you said, Phil, Nathan Fillion was right there. Nathan Fillion's perfect casting for this, and I think the biggest problem this movie is going to have. Okay, Anthony Beltray.
yeah, I know, right? Yo, that trash.
But I do feel like the biggest problem this movie is going to have is the cast. I feel like people aren't going to be into it. I feel like people who, especially like Anthony said, people who played the games, they're not going to feel that same
those fucking games.
character.
Well, yeah,
They're
like
not-
I mean, for me, I've never played the games.
Mhm.
I know of them, but I've never played them, so
So-
I'm not attached to it.
The
Yeah.
fourth
I'll
one
watch the
deserves an
movie.
Oscar.
But I mean, like looking at Tom Holland, I'm going to see Spider-Man. Looking at Mark Wahlberg, I'm going to see the third nipple.
And even like to your point, dude, how many Spider-Man shots did they legitimately throw in there for the shit of it?
Yeah. I mean, I was shocked that when he was free falling, we did not see him shoot a web up to the plane and get back to it. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, I thought that was cool because that like I said, that's similar to what happened in that.
I mean, it reminded me of what was the first one? Not No Way Home, but or Homecoming. Homecoming when there was that ship, the Stark ship that was in the air and all that. And he had to. I was like, so there's another sequence where he's on a plane and shit. And I was like, okay.
Also,
I mean, he could have just as easily been in the damn Spider-Man costume and been jumping on the crates.
Also, I'm used to the games. The games have
What's up, Neil?
The games. What up, Neil? The games have a score. This had just music choices in the trailer. I'm not a fan of.
I liked the logo. The logo looked good.
Oh yeah,
the logo looked like a video game.
Yeah,
that was great.
Yeah, dude. So I'm just like, I understand that they don't want to retread the game. I got you. You want to get the audience. You don't want somebody who's like myself or us who played the game. These were all deleted scenes from Spider. you don't want you know what I'm saying, just to retread the games, but also take certain. It's the cast, like Dawson said, the cast is what's going to kill it for me. I think. Yeah. I'm gonna watch it because I love Uncharted,
and of course we'll give the performances a chance. But
yes, we'll see where they go with the story. If they're trying to build a franchise, pulling that. If they're trying to build a franchise, I got where they might think of. So if we just did the first game, that might not get a lot of people in because the first game is what is that? It's like 10 years ago. 15,
PS3
could be. Hey, what's up, Batman Beyond?
Yeah, so if they don't want to, because that game's still fire though. It's still really good.
Every single one of those games.
I've been playing a new game. It's called. What the fuck is it called? I don't know. It's a good game. It's
oh my god, I don't care. I do not. I don't care.
It's called New World, so it's a pretty cool game. For world building and shit. So 2021 game. Still plug.
February.
And speaking of plugging, we do have to plug Fandom Ion. Some great merchandise from Fandom Ion if you guys are into Marvel.
Yeah, so that's
DC,
a lot
of stuff.
Uncharted apparel there.
Oh, of course, you can get anything there. Just great merchandise. And if you use the promo code NERDY, you can get 5% off of your next purchase. We will have the link to that in the description down below. Again, Fandom Ion, use the promo code NERDY to get 5% off. And thank you. Continue.
That's high praise.
That's high praise.
Definitely gonna see the movie, but yeah, I have my precautions going in. Let's just say that.
You know, what movie I'm going to see tonight, Dune.
Dude.
So that is a movie that I've seen, and I liked it. I thought it was very well made. It's a very well made film. I won't give anybody any spoilers, but if you're not someone who has read the lore or seen the first movie or anything like that, you're just kind of general audience going into it. It's not. I don't think you're going to resonate with it. I think it's going to take a couple of viewings for you to actually, really understand a lot of what's going on, and why, and
how, and when. And will they? Won't they?
Congratulations! Congratulations! Congratulations!
Congratulations!
You can stop that. It goes for a long time.
I was like, yeah, congratulations.
It goes on for way too long.
But it's a great movie. Hans Zimmer, banged it home with a killer soundtrack. It's great. I liked the movie. I loved everyone's performance. I a little too much Zendaya, but I was like, okay, I get it. But there was just a little too much. Other than that, I mean, everything else was pretty good. It was on point. I did enjoy it. I don't think it's going to be or break any box office records like gangbusters. I don't think it's. I think what it's going to do is it's going to have legs, but it's going to have legs further down the line. It's going to be.
You feel like it'd be more of a cult classic than an immediate hit.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what.
I mean,
that's what
it's the same thing with
great visuals. I thought the CG was fantastic.
I mean, it's a similar thing with Blade Runner 2049. Like, it wasn't a smash hit. In fact, it bombed financially, but like it developed a big following later on.
I think this will do better than that one.
Yeah, I believe so too. Yeah.
Tracking to do better than a lot of the other stuff this year.
It does start off telling you that it's part 1. So,
like the title is
right
like
off the bat. Yeah.
It opens up with like Dune Part 1, right?
Yeah. It does. It right there, bang. It doesn't just say Dune and you're in the movie. It says Dune Part 1. So everybody knows that there's a part 1. But I mean, if there was that stipulation or some shit that Warner Brothers was trying to put on the director and all that. I don't know if that's true. False.
That stipulation was it has to do good on HBO Max as opposed to
slap in the face.
Yeah, which is
seriously
fucking stupid. How about do good bringing in those box office funds? But they like no. If it does good on HBO Max, we'll give you a sequel.
Which is so stupid because yes, subscribers equal money, but money from subscriptions to HBO Max does not even come close to touching the money you make at the box office. Like, it doesn't hold a candle to what you make at the box office. So, the idea of basing it solely off of views on HBO Max, views themselves get you no money. Views themselves get you no money.
As
they
long
just
as
don't.
Somebody paid their $15 that month, they can watch it 1,000 times if possible, and it doesn't give you any extra. Yeah, exactly.
So that makes no financial sense.
Also, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think that they're kind of banking on whenever a new film comes out, they're banking on that entire month to drive a subscription number to some extent or not. I'm not business savvy in any capacity.
Yeah,
this is all just me taking a shot in the dark.
That makes sense.
Just based on what they said, and on top of that, I just watched Empire of Dreams and how George Lucas got to make the original Star Wars trilogy, and I'm just
I love that.
The reason he did that is now the reason why Hollywood and a lot of executive producers they limit directors to if you do good with this one, you get your next one. Whereas Lucas got to make his back to back to back, and as he went,
and they also gave him the ability to sell his own products.
Yes, that too.
That's one of my not to jump off topic too much. That's one of my favorite parts about that documentary.
What's up, man, Dan?
Nobody wanted to release the toys. Nobody wanted it. Finally, they got somebody to release the toys, and
they had to do that. It was like a pre-order. It was 10 figures or something of the
little box
forecast.
The Christmas thing. Yeah. You just got a postcard for Christmas.
Yeah. I mean, I was one of the guys that did the original, Emperor Palpatine, came through the mail, all that. You had to send off for it. Awesome stuff. One thing that I did like that was in this one versus the 1985 was I liked the personal shield and how they
did it.
Yes, I was like, that is so much better than what they did in 1985. 1985 was like. You guys is that Tron? I mean, what
Sting, they were like,
yeah. They were kind of taken from Tron a little bit there with their blocky overshields, and it just looked goofy.
Yes. So this one, it made a lot of sense, and it was really good. So I mean, like I said, I enjoyed the film. I liked it. Would I purchase it? Maybe.
He didn't really like it then.
I would definitely purchase it if they greenlit the part 2.
I bought it. I purchased it.
Bought that?
I liked it. Yeah. Fuck yeah, I did.
I still am able to see it.
I fell asleep halfway through. I have to watch it again.
I enjoyed it.
I was really tired.
Did you?
But I liked what I saw. And again, I haven't read the comic books for Injustice. And I've played the video game, but not in story mode. I just played against my kids. So I love the Injustice video game. I like Mortal Kombat and all that too. But yeah, so watching it, I was like, okay, I'm fine with it. One thing I didn't like was Nightwing. When it became Deadwing or some shit. And I was like, okay, I'm not into that. But everything else was cool.
I get that though. Yeah.
And have you guys seen Injustice?
No, I've been meaning to. I just haven't had the time.
Okay.
So you can shut up about it.
Well, I can't tell you about the ending.
You sick bastard.
I won't say anything about the ending. I'll just say that.
All right, so Phil, take it away.
I've seen, even before, I think we've all kind of talked about this. I mean, I know Anthony, you and I kind of talked about this. We've seen like a lot of hate for the Injustice movie prior to it even coming out. I kind of don't understand it, but maybe that's because I read the books and played the game in story mode, so I know how each one kind of rolls out. And I liked it for what it was, and I wasn't really shocked to see WB kind of take their own
Dreams, Dennis.
Yes, Empire of Dreams.
It's awesome. It's fine.
Injustice was
on
disappointing.
Disney Plus.
I can understand. I mean, I've spoken with some people who've seen it that have read all the comics. There's like the first round, or was like, how many comic books was that for the first Injustice? Like 100.
There's like a 5-year time span of the whole comics of between
and
one
for them
two.
to condense it to one film. It does it injustice.
I mean,
it can if you want it to be. If you wanted Injustice to be, a long spanning.
What's up,
Meg?
Meg?
If you want it to be a long spanning like trilogy or like series, then yes, I could understand that. But in the idea that this is just a one-off film, that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, that was my main thing when I heard about the runtime being just an hour and a half, and just knowing, like you mentioned,
it's an hour 18 actually. It's not
an hour and
even
18.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's even worse. But like, the expansive story that goes into Injustice, the different background stories that happen, and all things that build up and plug into the main storyline, right? There's just a lot of things that
differently.
Yeah, they cast things to the side. It's like when you adapt any kind of book. Honestly, you lose some things if you don't pay enough attention to the details. And I'm worried Injustice does that. Again, I can't say if it does because I haven't seen it yet. But that's always been my main worry since I heard about the runtime.
Runtime for me, especially with the animated movies, wasn't always a problem, just because they're always if they're in the universe, they're in the universe. If not, I just kind of looked at Injustice as like.
I mean, as long as the Injustice story, regardless of all the lore and all the storylines and different things, as long as the movie
Meg, we got rid of him.
No, we replaced him.
We threw him in the pumpkin patch and we left him.
We upgraded to Phil.
Got lost in the fucking
as long as the storylines in the actual animated movie make sense, for the film itself, then it's fine. It's an adaptation, and as long as the adaptation holds up on its own, like I said with Dune, a general audience member, going into it, not knowing the lore, not knowing anything, they're going to watch the film and they might be a little bit bored because there's some exposition there. That's just like, okay, that's fine. There's not a whole lot of like action sets or action pieces. There is action in it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
I will say that
it's not like a Star Wars film, and it kind of sets some people up incorrectly because they're like, oh, it's the Star Wars, for this, generation or whatever. And it's like, it's not. Star Wars is more, in my opinion, more of like a Western set in space. More kind of like Mandalorian. That's closer to Star Wars than the original trilogy than anything else that they've
So
made.
Meg brings up an interesting point though about DC animation.
Yeah.
Is that they've been doing things, obviously they've had different styles of animation over the past 10 years.
They're throwing shit in the dark at a dartboard and hoping something is going to stick from the previous.
Like they stuck with a similar style for like the past 4 actual DC AU movies, but this one they did a little bit different. They had a little bit more black in it from what I could tell.
Yeah.
But
I mean, like the Knuckles have black underneath the shadows. All the shadows have black. This reminds me more of Deathstroke. As far as like the animation style and the pitch black.
It's Deathstroke meets Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
That's basically what it is.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I'm not going to say the animation quality isn't outright terrible, but there are some sequences in there where I kind of raised an eyebrow. There's some dialogue sequences with Superman, especially where I was like, oh, that's a little clunky.
I feel like, and like, look, no doc on like DC animated,
Anson Mount's
animators,
whatever.
Batman. Yeah, but like my thing is that I feel like when it comes to DC animated, I feel like although it does take a while to do animated movies, I think they even need to take more time with them. I feel like they kind of rush through them a little bit, and that kind of shows in the animation style. So I mean, You know, and kind of like what Meg said again, it just looks cheap compared to other animated stuff now. Back in the day, it was top notch, like Batman the Animated Series and Superman the Animated Series, and up in the earlier DCAU, like it looks like it was top of the line, but now it's kind of fallen behind.
The animation on Flashpoint Paradox, let's fucking go, dude. Like that's
I would say
Except for
right
Superman.
after I would say right after Flashpoint. Like they were getting their footing during Flashpoint, but then like Batman versus Robin,
dude.
You know,
the fight scene between Batman and Robin as they're on the rooftop.
All that. I mean, from then till Apocalypse War, the animation was consistent, coherent, and
yes, it felt like a same shared universe that actually was appealing visually.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yep.
Can you now? I don't know if you can.
Did.
I don't know if you can.
I just did.
He just did.
I think you're lying.
What's the next animated film for DC?
There's the Catwoman one.
Haunted.
Catwoman Hunted, yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
And that one's going more of an anime style, which from what I saw at DC Fandom, like I like some anime. My wife has introduced me to a lot of anime.
I liked what I saw from it.
I wasn't too jazzed.
I thought it was all right. It kind of reminded me of Ocean's 11. I don't know why, but like if you see the trailer for it, like the little stuff they showed, like the music they were playing as it went on,
like I like the concept, but like I feel like the animation for the faces and stuff was just kind of Joey. Of course Joey has. Of course he has.
Morton to Phil, yes.
That's an insult to Phil.
A
little bit.
What's up, Kate? That's great. Which kind of brings it. We kind of hit on this a little bit earlier, but kind of brings us into another film that I guess you guys, Dawson and Anthony, haven't seen yet. Maybe our audience has seen it, which is the new Halloween Kills.
Mm-hmm.
So what were your? This is a non-spoiler review because I don't know if you guys are going to check it out, and also in the audience out there, I don't know if you guys are going to check it out, but if you have seen it, we're just trying to keep things spoiler free. What were your overall thoughts, Phil, of the film itself?
Halloween Kills.
Yes.
So the first one from a couple years ago, I thought it was fine. And then when I saw the trailer for this one, I was like, okay, this looks like the movie that I wanted to see a couple years ago. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. It's honestly, it's one of the best Halloween sequels ever made, in my opinion. I'm so sorry that you guys haven't seen it yet, because I had no idea, kind of spoiling Donald Pleasance's reappearance there for a little bit.
You're totally fine. I'm not like a massive follower of the Halloween franchise, so like that kind of meant nothing to me. So
when that happened, I was really surprised because I'm a huge Halloween fan. I love that first movie to death. But when I saw that they had managed, to put Donald Pleasance like back in, even though he's no longer with us, but like they got an actor, kind of recreated him a little bit, and it was just really well done. IMO. But the movie itself is got the most brutal kills. It's got just some of the most interesting POV shots since the first film. And I just really enjoyed the hell out of it. I can't wait to watch it again. I'm definitely going to own it.
I did.
I don't really have anything bad to say about it.
I liked what I saw. There were two things that I didn't really sit well with, and one was, what was it? Big John, Little John. I did not like the interaction. I didn't mind certain aspects of it, but just that whole, like, they could have had different names.
I can understand.
Basically, Ryan doesn't like Little Johns.
Clearly.
I'm a Big John myself. So, hey, let's go. And Anthony, relax. And then at the end, I didn't like the ending of the film. It felt like,
okay.
Like, have you ever seen, I don't know if this will spoil it, but will this spoil it if I talk about action sequences where
whoa there, Ryan.
like the ninjas will wait for their time to strike.
I think I know what you're getting at.
I was like, oh, come on, man. No, I did not like that. But everything else I dug. I love.
See,
I
thought you were referring to like the last few shots, the last few moments of that film. Not that, because I can understand
the last few
that.
moments of the film were great, but
just go see the last.
That
I do want to see that though.
Sequence right there, I was like, then what's the point? You know, and
the point, dear sir, is there is no point.
The point is, he's pure evil. There's nothing behind those eyes but pure
I was
darkness.
I don't know. This is one of.
That's how I feel watching Ryan's streams.
Oh my God, I don't care. I do not. I don't care.
But yeah, so those are the only critiques that I have for Halloween Kills. I think overall it's a good film. It's a solid film. I like the callbacks to the 1978 version. Jamie Lee didn't really do much. She was there.
I feel like they're saving her for the last.
She only have like 18 minutes of screen time.
She didn't have a whole lot. She didn't have a whole lot. She was
that
there.
Was a surprise. She was there, but she. Yeah, there are some criticisms I've seen, and I can definitely understand in that regard, specifically of Jamie Lee Curtis and her time in that movie. I can definitely understand why people would be disappointed with that. But I feel like in the context of the film,
get me out of this hospital bed. Okay, get me back in this hospital bed. I was like, okay.
It's more or less it. Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of the unfortunate truth about it. But even still, like within again. Context does matter, and I feel like the way that they kind of played her part with this movie. It was.
I liked Homeboy from Dark Knight Rises.
Homeboy.
Anthony Michael Hall.
Anthony Michael
Doyle.
Yeah.
Yes, I
guess Meg wasn't a fan. She thinks he's the most annoying character in the movie, and I can understand that perspective too. He was very much putting his fist up a lot.
I saw those eyes.
Never put your fist up.
6 times.
6 times.
I mean, Halloween marathon, so to speak. I'm watching the original, then jumping right into the new trilogy. Okay. Let's see. They were definitely saving her for the last laugh at Michael. Okay. Well, I mean, I hope so, and I hope that that there is a payoff. So
I'm kind of right there with you.
Let's see.
I hope there's no payoff just for your sakes.
So, did you count how many times "Evil Dies Tonight" was said in the film?
Oh my God!
Quite a few.
Oh my God! I was like, and they got ridiculous when they were chasing that one poor dude. I was like,
oh my God! Oh, I got flashbacks to Midsommar with that. Oh my God, dude, just
Midsommar. Oh no, Midsommar. Oh, dude, I'm sorry. I wanted to kill that girl.
Bro, they got a Harry Potter game show?
A Harry Potter game show? What? What show are you on, Anthony?
Breaking news button.
Yeah. I just saw it. Just said Harry Potter Battle of the Houses, and it's like a game show with like
what?
You know what? Houses. You know what? For you being so distracted from the show,
shame on you, go f yourself.
Hey, I hear everything you guys are saying. At the moment, the Atlanta Braves are trying to get into the World Series. So
he is preoccupied.
Evil dies tonight.
Yeah.
Evil dies tonight.
Oh my gosh. They're all in on it now. Oh, yeah. Forget you guys. But yeah, that was the mantra for that scene.
All right, Bad Dan, chill.
Yeah. Everything else was good.
Hey guys, spoilers. Evil does not die tonight.
It doesn't.
I mean, did anybody think that it would?
No, because they said out from the gate, we're making 3 films. It's like,
and they already announced the title.
It's Michael Myers. They're not going to kill him.
They're not going to kill him, but I just hold on one second. Let me. I'll finish that. Dwayne Jackson says Halloween. Thank you so much. Halloween Kills.
Hold on, you gotta play a clip for these. You show your inexperience with this.
Look on my channel. I don't have super chats.
You show someone
let's play the Halloween Kills clip. Let's go. Damn. Okay. just by going from the bar to the hospital and the townsfolk killed the momentum for me. And how did you accidentally shoot yourself? Oh, the girl. That was funny. I laughed when the girl was going up to the car and the door swung. Oh, well, I don't want to. Okay, anyway.
Well, they kind of showed that a little bit in the trailer.
They did? Okay. So when she shot herself in the face, I laughed. I thought that shit was hilarious.
I got it. Like, that one kind of threw me for a loop. When that shit happened, I was like, oh.
But the guy in the back seat, I'm like, dude, you see, don't you guys owe me 1999?
No.
You know what? You owe me a 2015 Back to the Future 2 hat. Thank you. Anyway, no!
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
No one cares. No one cares. Do you care?
No. Do you care?
You guys got any Benadryl? See? No one cares. No.
I had it covered.
Have any Benadryl?
I had it covered.
I wanted to add that. But anyway, back to this. How do you accidentally shoot yourself when you pointed the gun at someone? Yeah, I completely agree. I thought that scene was hilarious. Caden thought that was hilarious too. But the guy, her boyfriend or whatever in the backseat, or husband in the back seat, was just like, well, what the hell going on here? I was like, what are you doing, dude?
Oh man. You know, that whole sequence kind of like with that, how Michael goes about with that in the park, like that. By the end of it, I was just like, just with the way they handled Michael. But to your point, and the way like that whole getting yourself shot by yourself, and this, oh my god, it's David Gordon Green and God, who is Danny McBride. That's definitely something.
It was, you know, I saw that in the credits at the beginning. I was like, Danny McBride, man, I could tell.
The intro video with all the pumpkins, that was probably one of the best ones I've seen since the first film.
Let's see.
The very first film.
Yeah. No. Oh, dude. Yes. No.
And the music. Oh my god.
It was great. The whole callback. I was like, okay, you got the feel down. You know, you've set the tone. You've set the mood. And I'm invested now. And I'm.
You've turned on the mood lighting.
It's kind of like, oh yeah.
You don't have the voice for that.
Like, oh
yeah. Oh yeah. Let's move on from that.
So I don't know where to go from there. Anyway, everyone in Halloween Kills had Stormtrooper aim. Okay,
because that's true.
I didn't want to go into that. You know, I was trying to be very, on the fence on that one. But yeah, okay. So yes, agree. Yes, Big John, Little John. Oh my God, it was like they should have fucking had walkie-talkies.
I gotta admit, like when I saw Michael McDonald in this, I was like, Michael McDonald from SNL is in this. That is something.
Well, SNL was Mad TV.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, right. You're sorry, Mad TV.
And that kind of took me out of it a little bit. I was like, okay, I get it.
Because it was Michael versus Miles. Michael versus
role.
Michael.
Yeah.
Or Michael versus Stewart. Sorry.
Let's see. Michael's Doomsday. Okay, we're not going to.
I feel like he's more Neo because Bullet's kind of dodging a little bit.
What the dog doing? Was there a dog?
I think Anthony's dogs were barking.
Oh.
Hence why he's gone now.
I thought he just got scared. We were talking too much Halloween, so it can hang.
Right. Because that's Anthony's problem.
Yes. And now the cat's out the bag. I guess that let's see. That can move us into our next topic, which is a really big topic for Dawson. And maybe you can weigh in as well. But it is Batwoman. Batwoman is it's a series that it holds dear to his heart, and he.
Oh my gosh!
Wow!
He loves
freaking
both
kidding
season
me.
1 and 2.
No.
And he wants more. He's looking forward to season 3. That's why he's wearing the hat tonight.
You lied through. This is Batman, you dingus. You know what?
Shame on you! Go f yourself!
I mean every word of that.
But yeah, I mean, this is something that I guess is on the lips of everybody today and yesterday and the day before and whatever. So take us away, Dawson.
Yeah, so I mean, just in case anybody doesn't know, the other day, or was it yesterday, Ruby Rose, the actress for Batwoman in seasons 1 and 2, came out with a lot of information regarding her feelings of her departure from the show, some things that went down with the stunt doubles and the stunt team and the directors and producers of the show. Talk about how they had extremely unsafe work conditions and all of that stuff. And she just shared a lot, right, in her Instagram stories. And, a lot of people were buzzing yesterday, and it just seems like another situation of Warner Brothers tomfoolery. But of course, it got a little bit more interesting today, obviously, with a lot of different people. Like The Wrap, of course, come out with an article as expected. Whenever someone talks about Warner Brothers, The Wrap puts out an article trying to say like, oh, their issues are illegitimate or whatever. But also we had the actor for Batwing in the show come out today.
Cameron Johnson.
Yeah, which I find interesting because I'll point out as to why I think it's interesting. Because the article that The Wrap put out basically was saying like, oh, she was fired and yada, yada, yada. And just first and foremost, like at the end of the day, whether she was fired or not, we don't know. We just know there's two sides of the story going on right now. But that actor for Batwing, again, you said his name, Phil, but
Cameron Johnson.
Cameron Johnson. Yeah. Yes. He was just basically promoted in the show to be a big character with Batwing. Right? Massive character. And he had actually his own little segment on DC Fandom, which kind of was weird to me. Because, like,
yeah, he did.
Batwoman's a show that not a whole lot of people care about. I mean, if you care about it, then fine. But a lot of people just don't at the moment. Its ratings are just not good. But he came out and talked about and basically accused Ruby Rose of lying.
He's just mad because she called him an egomaniac.
You talking about Joe Gray Scott?
No.
Cameron Johnson.
Cameron Johnson.
The guy who plays Batwing.
Okay.
And there's something interesting about that because there's
after I'm sorry, Dawson, I don't mean to cut
go ahead.
you off, but
Go ahead.
like after Ruby put out all of that, practically the majority, or if not the majority, but a few members of the cast just like came out and were like, hey, this set's really great to work on. I don't know what's going on. These are and like Bridget Reagan, who's playing Poison Ivy, isn't even on Twitter anymore because when she put out like her tweet going like, oh, I just love this cast and crew. I love this set that we're working on. Everyone was just like, what? And she no longer is on Twitter. I think what happened with Ruby Rose and what all this has brought in the last 2 days and how Warner reacted as they do is just another, we're in another cycle of it again. Like we have seen their tomfoolery. We have seen what it leads to, and we will see what lengths they will go to try and make it look like this studio does in fact give a shit about people that they hire when they don't.
Right. But there's two schools of thought when it comes to Cameron Johnson's points, though. And I kind of want to hear you guys' thoughts on this. So either it's one of two things. Either the first option is Cameron is right and that she was fired and that she was difficult to work with. Or there's a second option of what Ruby Rose saying being the truth and him still working with the CW and Warner Brothers. And even heck, they even gave him the ability to write a story for Batwing. Right. What was it, Batman Urban Legends, I believe it was?
So, yeah.
So you could make the argument that he has a lot of organizational loyalty to them and trying to defend the organization rather than the individual he worked with. So I'm curious. I know Anthony and Phil, you guys have seen a lot of this. I'm curious to know your guys' thoughts on that possibility and which side do you kind of lean to, despite the fact that we have limited information.
Look, I haven't watched the show. So, like, did he at any point in time ever work with Ruby Rose?
You'd have to think because I think I watched season 1 and there's like a lot of interaction between the two. I'd imagine.
Okay, so the character is in season 1 before he becomes okay.
Yeah, and I feel like his job has probably gotten progressively easier. I don't know how many of his own stunts he does, but you got to imagine that if Caroline Dries, according to Ruby Rose, was only on set for 4 days max out of season 1, and he's in the bat, and if he's even in the Batwing suit, it's probably only for like meetup sequences. You'd have to imagine all the stunt work is probably somebody else under that cowl. So his job probably seems pretty easy, all things considered. So I don't doubt that the organizational loyalty lies in that regard to some extent. And look, he very well could be telling some point of the truth. There very well could be, maybe Ruby Rose was angry on set, but that might have been as a result of the
and that could play into what she said in her story about her being upset about work conditions.
Bingo. And then there's also this production assistant who's come out and making her seem like, she was a giant tyrant on set. And it's just like, you know what? The same exact thing has been said recently about the kids from Titans too.
Yeah. Then there's that news that came out today about Titans being horrible conditions to make that show. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
someone died shooting season 3, like, and they went on,
Yeah.
So they did not make it to season 4.
No, it got renewed.
Okay.
No, the character that died.
Oh.
No. An actual
It was
person
it
in
was
the
a stunt
crew died.
person.
Yes.
Oh, snap.
And what is reported is saying that he died, and the next day they were like, "All right, let's get on
His name was
back
still
to
on the
it."
sheet and everything.
Yeah.
Which is very similar to what Ruby Rose is talking about with that accident on set, and then like, okay, let's go shoot this scene like 2 minutes later, right? So there's a lot of similarities in these allegations, a lot of similarities in these things, which you can kind of assume like, okay, there's some correlation here. But I am curious to see what unfolds in the next couple days, because obviously some new things will come out. We'll see if Ruby Rose adds any further information. Because at this point, I don't think she cares at all what Warner Brothers does to her. Like, she's just like, you know what? I worked with you guys. This is my opinion of it. And she probably just puts a lot more out there.
She's off production. She's not, doing anything else.
She's not affiliated. She's not under contract. She
Yeah,
everything
so
as far as they're concerned. Yeah.
She can do and say what she wants at this point in time. And I mean, there you go.
If it wasn't, I would say for me personally, if it wasn't for the previous history, with that studio and certain actors who have worked for them in the past and have come out, I think it'd probably be something where I'd be like, yo, what? But considering the history, it's just like just par for the course. You know what I'm saying? So like
it's not unbelievable the things that she is saying.
It's not
if you don't have the information.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, exactly. Considering what has happened in the past, so yeah, if she wanted to come out like that and put him out there like that to do it, and it's the thing that even furthers that is the fact that like they did what they do. She came out and said that they're like, "Yo, Birds of Prey 2 in development, though." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
they did.
Yes.
Really?
They put that out, and they put the hit piece on her.
Yep.
Wow.
They put the hit piece on her, and then they were like, "Yo,
yesterday."
Yeah.
Like right after her whole thing.
Yeah, right after it, they were like, "Yo, Birds of Prey 2 in development."
I almost called it. I was going to say, "Hey, Batflex and Batgirl," like that would have shifted it. But damn, announcing Birds of Prey 2. I mean,
without Harley Quinn,
because this was an easy announcement to make, because they said without Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey 2 in development. See, they can't. If they would have said just Birds of Prey 2 in development, that means you're pretty much saying Margot Robbie in there is Harley, which Margot Robbie might be like, y'all get that shit out of here. They couldn't just bust out and say Ben Affleck in the Batgirl, because Ben Affleck would have been like,
if it's not Renee Montoya centric, then I don't care.
What I'm saying is, like, it was a general statement where they didn't imply any other actors are involved, which would have those actors come out and be like, "You didn't call me about that shit."
Yeah,
the same way Jason Momoa did them when they announced that damn
Frosty Snowman.
Yes, yeah.
But
one
thing that's interesting though about all this stuff that came out is that there was that Cameron Johnson statement on Twitter, right? I saw a couple different people actually found the GoFundMe for that crew member that Ruby Rose was talking about for her injury, and they posted the link in the comments of that saying, "Was Ruby also lying about this GoFundMe thing?" So there's some things that line up with what Ruby is saying. There's also some things that we just don't have enough information to really validify some of the other things she has stated so far.
Yeah. Right. Not only that, they threw out some nonsensical article about getting 66 million views for DC fandom.
Even though the Batman trailer only has 25
million. Right. It's like, oh, well, that's just, and it's like collective from what? What the hell are you pulling your metric from?
Yeah. When I saw that, I was just like, okay.
Relax.
Yeah, and then they had their PR lady. Then that PR lady. Go ahead, Anthony.
And I was just gonna say, first off, relax. Also, if I watched DC Fandom, which I did, if I want to rewatch the Batman trailer, I'm not watching DC Fandom a whole nother time just to watch that trailer again. I'm just gonna go to YouTube and search the Batman trailer and watch it. DC, those views, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah, I don't blame for a second.
There's no way in hell you can make me believe that the Batman trailer, which was a very popular thing from this past weekend, has less views than DC Fandom in general.
Right.
Yeah.
Get out, fucking move out. You're evicted. Get the fuck out of here. There's no way. Yeah, that's some. They've crunched some garbage numbers from like all of these different sides of the spectrum.
I mean, what is it with Warner Brothers not able to do basic math of viewership? What what is this? It has to be intentional.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Yeah. There's no
multidimensional synergy.
Even and I don't know how many views the Black Adam trailer has, because if you like search it on YouTube, there's one where it's like the entire segment that they put on Fandom, and then there's one where it's just the teaser part. So it's like hard to disparage between that. But there's
or even like with the Flash, or even like with the first look for Aquaman, the panels for Batgirl and Blue Beetle, what have you, right?
Yeah. There's when DC Fandom was over and we saw the Batman trailer and it was like fire or whatever, when people went back to watch it, they didn't rewind DC Fandom. They fucking searched it on YouTube and watched it there. Because
as soon as it was put on DC Fandom, it was put on YouTube via trailer reactions, also reposting. Like there was plenty of other ways to see the trailer. I downloaded it
directly after, like off of one of them sites that put the trailer on, put the little logo in the corner and shit. But saying Fandom really satisfied the fans.
I don't know about that. I've heard a lot of people just express just not, utter excitement, but just a little disappointment more than anything.
Also, I mean, it was expected. Yeah. A little underwhelming, but nothing.
The only thing that made waves was the Batman trailer and Black Adam teaser. Those are the only things that made waves. I mean, the Flash a little bit, but not nearly as much as the other two.
Flash didn't make as much waves as
it should have.
Right. Especially with Keaton.
No,
they're banking on Keaton.
All the Flash did was just solidify for those Keaton fans that Michael Keaton's going to be back. That's all you got to worry about. It's like
this is supposed to be a Flash solo movie, right? Like that's what we're supposed to be focusing on here is the Flash, and I listened to some of Fandom on that Saturday, or I guess last weekend while I was driving to the comic book shop, and there was just a lot of things that were just like, you know what? No, like DC Fandom did not really satisfy a lot of fans. It touched on some things here and there that people liked, but overall it was just kind of.
There was only, like I said, there was only 4 major points, and it was Batman, Shazam, Black Adam, and the Flash, and that's it.
I would even say
that's it. Nothing else. Nothing else meant shit.
Yeah.
It was.
And a lot of people were like this, like Enosh. What's up, Enosh? Good to see you, man.
What up?
How a lot of people didn't care about Fandom. They watched the trailers and stuff after the fact, because
I didn't watch it live.
Saturday during the middle of the day.
I feel like that was also kind of a problem. Like they didn't have a schedule for all this stuff either, like they did last year.
Right.
Purposefully so.
And I missed the Catwoman Hunted stuff. I missed the Batwheels promo. I missed a lot of different.
I mean, they didn't even show anything from the new Batman, J.J. Abrams, Matt.
They had a conversation panel. Right? They had like a 5-minute panel.
They should show.
I will say
jack shit.
I will say
show at least the the intro.
I will say the description of the show was pretty awesome. I will say that what it sounds like it's going to be. I think it's going to be pretty dope.
I mean, dress it up and call it whatever. But I mean, blowing smoke up our ass. Who cares?
The Pets thing was kind of cool though.
The
Pets.
I mean, honestly, with what's his face?
6 million fans.
Not Black Adam. Not
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart as Ace.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It didn't bother me. I watched it. I kind of liked it. It didn't bother me, and it was kind of like I was like, okay. Animation looks fire. Voice acting so far. I think are they the only 2 announced? Who else is in that shit?
No. They've
in
announced
that movie, I think.
They've announced
and Mark Maron's Lex Luthor.
Oh, okay.
John Krasinski's in an unnamed role, I think.
Yeah.
So Dwayne Johnson or Jackson, sorry, Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
I've got the rock on the brain. Thanks, Anthony. Dwayne Jackson says DC Fandom sucks. I called it. I called it is Green Lantern series dead. No announcement of what happened. They have done casting for 3 roles.
Yeah.
And this is the thing that bothers me. And I mentioned this on my drawing stream yesterday. And I mentioned my good friend Robert from Bridge of the Geekdom mentioned this too. Is that
I forgot. So, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm not used to super chats, so.
But I mentioned this yesterday. Again, Robert, good friend Robert mentioned this, that they wouldn't let Zack Snyder use Green Lantern in Zack Snyder's Justice League because of the show. Yeah, that we have plans for the Green Lantern, so we don't want people to get confused. Even though we're doing a multiverse, they don't know what the hell they're doing. But then we hear nothing about the Green Lantern series that apparently has been greenlit. We hear nothing at all. And so I agree with Dwayne Jackson here. I think it's in development hell. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to get scrapped, especially when Discovery comes in here. Because if they have nothing by the time Discovery comes in and they clean house, what are you going to do about that?
Clean house. I don't think they're going to clean house. I think it's going to be a gradual, slow maneuvering around, shifting people here and there.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it's going to be like, yo, you know.
I do find it kind of odd. I think Dawson has a point that they didn't really promote this show at all, even though they promoted it with HBO Max as a, you know.
It was the first show on HBO Max that they were like, Green Lantern's coming to HBO Max.
And we haven't seen jack shit about it. And Seth Graham-Smith's out there talking about, me and Mark Guggenheim are working on it. It's going to be a Green Lantern show, and it's going to be on HBO Max. Like, okay, show me. Because I haven't seen it.
I mean, heck, they didn't have any art for the Batman series, but they still talked about that.
Yeah.
You can talk about the Green Lantern show.
They've got concept art for Blue Beetle and Batgirl, but you can't show me concept art or anything like that for a TV series that's been in development for over 2 years.
The first one, yes. Yeah.
DC Fandom this year was DC Dumb Dome because it was dumb. Nothing I was excited for was announced. We should have got the Ayer cut, Schumacher cut, Batfleck.
In a world where Warner Brothers actually listens to fans, that would have happened, but we don't live in that world, unfortunately, and that sucks.
And there were people that were coming out, not for Schumacher, but for Batfleck, and also Ayer cut saying, "Hey, it's around the corner. It's about to be announced." No, let's stop listening to those people that are just sort of throwing that out there. If they announce it, fantastic, but
we wanted to, of course.
We wanted to. It just. Man, I don't know. Have you guys been hearing anything?
I ain't heard shit.
Good.
Frank said that the director of the show said it won't be released for another 4 years. What the freak?
Frank's trolling.
Frank. Nonsense.
Frank.
But
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
I wouldn't be surprised. But we can actually jump into this real quick. Something I guess not as fantastic as anything, but this did come out in DC Fandom, and we can talk about it. And I don't have to show the audio. I don't care. It's basically just visuals. But here it is with Shazam: Fury of the Gods.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I really liked about it, and this is what I've been saying, is that I think they went more of a Clash of the Titans. Here we go with these sort of
you have to hit
animals and whatnot, with the Cyclops,
they're going more mystical.
Well, I mean, it's more. This is I want to say more adult than like Percy Jackson,
Okay.
So they're not going as kid friendly with these types of models of these sort of well, there he is. These types of models. This was the highlight for me. For for Shazam, Fury of the Gods. I was like,
good old Peter Safran.
Yep,
that guy.
But yeah, I mean,
his last name's a Persian spice.
But
I mean, it's true.
You're right. But yeah, I mean, I think some of the concept art looked good. Where is it? Lair. Here's the lair. They have you see Wonder Woman, the Flash,
some lava lamps.
The lava lamps. So they're trying to make it more, I guess, kid friendly. Whatever. Let's see what else we got. Oh, he's holding on to the lizard's tail.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the term you're looking for is dragon.
Oh, probably it might be the dragon.
Whatever, dragon, dinosaur, it doesn't matter. That's all the same. And cars are flipping in this, so it's a superhero movie.
Yes, there's destruction and people are going to cry about it.
I'm so sick and tired of people just, complaining about destruction in superhero movies. It's like it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Get over it.
I'll just also say, Lucy Liu and Helen Mirren are the villains of this movie. I never would have seen that coming, but I
never would have seen it coming.
Oh yeah, that shit looks great.
I mean, okay, so Helen Mirren, she's played evil before, and so she's good at it. She was in Excalibur and all that, so she has played a witch before. Lucy Liu being evil. Wasn't she in like Kill Bill? Wasn't she evil there or something? I don't know.
She was dating the bad guy in the Scorpion
Oh,
King.
okay.
She's done a couple of things where she's a little bit evil.
Let's see. Oh, look, they've got the staff. Oh, and so Digimon Aslu is in this, right?
Yes.
So he's back. So that's awesome. Because I do like him. I liked his version of the Wizard Shazam. That's cool. I wonder, do you think that they're going to have any allusion to, besides the end credits? Do you think they're gonna allude to The Rock's Black Adam in this one again? Like they touched on it a little bit in the first one when he spoke with the Wizard. Do you think they're going to continue that, or do you think that might just be an end credit scene only?
It's a possibility.
I don't think. No, not in the movie.
Not during the movie. Okay.
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 Well, keep going, Anthony. Like, let Anthony finish his thought.
Oh, no. Okay,
both movies filmed at the same fucking time in the same city in the state of Georgia. If I do not see footage with both of them in it in a post-credit scene, I will stand up in the movie theater, walk out, go grab some lighter fluid, spray it all around the fucking theater, and burn that fucking place to the ground. Like literally, there's no way they don't have a fucking scene with them together.
That's literally the reaction I would have if Michael Keaton replaces Ben Affleck as the Batman.
Oh, he's not going to replace.
No way. They
have that exact same reaction.
But there he is, Digimon Aslu.
They're miles apart in Atlanta. No way they don't have that. If they don't,
at least the post-credit
in Atlanta?
They also come out like a full year from each other too. So I think
no.
Black
What I'm
Adam...
saying, like there was the perfect opportunity.
Right.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying no. It's at studios in Atlanta. Like these movies are filmed. Like I didn't see any Shazam shit when I was out there, but like Black Adam shit was obviously all filmed in a soundstage because it doesn't take place now. But yeah, they both were filming in Atlanta at the same time.
Was she?
Who?
Lucy Liu is in
Man
with Iron Fists.
I don't know.
Haven't seen it.
Wait, isn't that that's
And then
a huh?
What?
Huh?
If I'm looking at that correctly, I think that's Jaimon Housu with the Shazam.
He is.
Yes,
he is.
Yeah.
He's with the Shazamly.
I'm curious to see how that's going to unfold.
And there they are with more cars, more destruction.
Yep.
With the cars.
And people will cry.
And there she is. She's like, I've taken the whole role myself now. I don't morph into anyone. So, oh my. And she's on a rocket?
Probably a creature.
Could be a creature. Could be one of those. One of those creatures.
Yeah.
Interesting. And there she is. She's got her tube. So she's gonna go jump in the water. It's one of those floaties.
Gonna go tubing.
She's gonna go. Let's see what else do we have. Who's flying? He's half naked man. Or that's Lucy Liu. Oh shit, she's like, well, what is that? Gluttony?
That's adult.
That's
no. That's the fortress, and they have like kind of touched it up themselves. And
they've painted on the sculptures. What is her name? Good, Megan Good.
Megan Good. That's the actress, but the character is Darla.
Darla, there you go.
Darla.
Gluttony, kale yourself.
Oh wow.
Okay. And this is one of those armored guys again. Digimon Aslu.
Goons, something like that.
And they're like, nay!
Freddy's gonna get a girlfriend in the second movie by the look of it.
Yes, he is. He is. And he's like, Shazam.
Shazam!
Shazam. And there he is again.
So I'm curious. Go back to that.
That's the title sequence.
What is the white on his symbol right there?
The white?
It's probably covering up the light, or it's probably there to like for some kind of
they have because of it's reflective.
That too.
They put it on top because as you can see, it's piecemealed on there so that it does not reflect onto the camera, onto the lens.
Okay.
And so that's what that's for.
Well, that makes sense to me, sir.
And there's Helen. She's like, I'm going to. This is my version of the lady from Thor Ragnarok.
But they don't replace Zach when Angel's too old to be Billy.
Oh, she has the apple.
Yeah, they won't replace Zach.
Oh yeah, she does have the apple. Holy shit. I think to your point, Ryan, I like that it is a little more Clash of the Titans for the villains this time around.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that they're sort of going that route, making it a little bit more adult, because the first film was fun. It's a fun film. I like Shazam. I own it. But it did.
So it means he loves it.
I like it, known it too.
It did seem that the mood or the tone was lighter, and it seems with this one and also with the costumes and all that, it seems like they're going more. I want to say Man of Steel. Just they're sort of moving into trying to find some synergy again. I hope. So we'll see. But I mean, these are New Line Cinema projects, and not Warner Brothers Pictures.
Right.
But they are still owned by Warner Brothers, because it's under the umbrella. But who knows?
Right.
There's Saffron.
Okay, so we're back to that. So hard to be like the next DC producer. So funny.
Yes, Megan Good, Truth, yes.
There she is, Megan Good.
Yeah.
And see, as you can tell, that's her little symbol, which is why he had his covered up.
Yeah, I got you.
Yes, there's fire, and they're lighting the fire.
No, you notice how her bolt is just lit just then? Think about Black Adam's was lit in his trailer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not just a full on. It's real subtle.
It's worn down.
Yeah.
Fury of the Gods, and they.
That's a great.
He hugs Megan, and he hugs her again.
We can see. You don't have to narrate every little thing that happens. We can see.
And he's like, "I love you," and so I think that's it.
I like that title, Fury of the Gods.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. There's a nice.
His is different.
Yeah, his is slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
I like it. I'm down.
Yeah, I think the main thing for me is I like the tone a little bit more from what I can tell. I think the main thing that intrigues me is just the fact they changed up the suits. I like the fact that they improved them, and that's kind of really the only thing that has my interest. Honestly, I'm not a massive reader of Shazam comics specifically, so I don't have a huge connection to the character. I mean, obviously, I know him, and I've read about him in different stories. Like, of course, Kingdom Come is a big one with him. But as far as this movie is concerned, it'll be one that I'm intrigued by, but not one that once it comes out, I'll be like, oh, I have to see it opening night.
So Shazam 3 is if they get that far, is the one that I can see Henry Cavill being a part of, because of Black Adam. There's no way the Shazam League can face him.
Right.
I mean,
from that Black Adam teaser.
Yeah.
These kids here, they won't be able to tame him whatsoever. You can throw as many dragons, their way as possible. You get Black Adam in there. I mean, he could take the dragons on him by himself.
Did you see what The Rock responded to?
Cooking
movies with Mayor?
Yeah.
Oh man, that was something.
He's like, not an effing thing.
Not a
oh freak.
It's like, oh shit.
And I responded. I was like,
and he quoted himself too, because the character says
he quoted himself. Yeah, I know. I was like, where the hell did Black Adam learn to curse? Kandak.
Kondak.
Kandak.
Kandak.
That was the whitest sounding thing I've ever heard in my life.
What?
He just blew up. I don't know. This isn't my channel. So, all
right.
I just picked one.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's Fear of the Gods. There's one more that we haven't touched on, which is the Flash. And from the teaser that you guys got, and I know it's I think it's the least right. I think it's the least exciting of all of them. We're intrigued, but we at the same time are not really excited.
It's so sad because this is the first time the Flash is ever getting a solo live action film.
Yeah.
Right. And the excitement's just not there.
Yeah.
Right? And it's an actor we know that we've seen as the Flash before and loved as the Flash before. And it doesn't draw excitement because the problem is it's not anything that has to do with the movie itself necessarily. It's just the fact that there's so many things up in the air. It's the fact that the instability of the studio is what's causing this movie to have such a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. The instability and the actions of the
that,
studio.
and it's also the void, the not knowing where they're going, what's, I mean, it's one thing to not know the story. It's another thing to not know
the direction.
Yeah. It's like, what are we doing here? I looked up Flash trailer reactions on YouTube and people outside of their Snyder Cut fandom, and everyone else is super hyped for this movie.
And how many of those comments were directly correlated with Michael Keaton's Batman?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because that's the biggest selling point for this movie for a lot of people. I've heard so many people talk about this movie and they completely overlook the two Flashes and Supergirl. All they give a shit about, oh, Michael Keaton's back as Batman. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Here they are.
Gives a shit.
Central City. They're getting out at. I would assume this is Wayne Manor. I would assume that this is Michael Keaton's Wayne Manor.
Yeah. That is.
And so there you go. And who cares? I mean,
and the thing is, this is a Flash movie trailer that was narrated by Michael Keaton. And yet it didn't have this massive reverberating response.
Yeah. So, let's see. It's just showing you the Wayne Manor's in shambles. And
where have I seen that before? I don't know.
I guess he's turning on the electricity.
It's a recreation of '89. Yeah.
And so you got this shot here.
Oh gosh, this suit.
I like the music, but this.
Well, the music is so reminiscent of the TV show.
Yeah.
I like the music, and I'm sorry, but I like the music from Zack Snyder, Justice League, concerning the Flash, and I just wish that they would have expounded on that. Yeah. And at least found some synergy. Like, I mean, you've got the, that you're going to have the Danny Elfman music in this.
Yes.
It's looming. It's
I mean, that makes sense because it has a place here. Right.
How much of it do you think we're going to get? Do you think we're just going to get it and just really go into it? Or
I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess the first time we
see
see him, we'll get like a subtle, soft version of it. And then. Exactly. And then he's going to have one action scene where it's just with like intense, like. It's, yeah.
Yeah, I think the first time we see him is going to be reminiscent of the opening credits for Batman and Batman Returns, like that.
I'm sorry, but when I used to watch that VHS cassette when I was young, I would play that thing. Like, that's the first like intro, like going through the symbol and all that crap or whatever, and I was like, it was the first intro that I was like, I was invested in the whole song.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Danny Elfman did a great job.
That shit was fire. That shit was fire. Yeah, it was dope, dude.
Let's see.
Okay.
That's
this suit. The texture on it. The texture is what bugs me the most about this suit. I've said this before. I'll say it again. It looks like someone melted clay onto his body.
It looks odd, and
the helmet looks like Steele's helmet.
The helmet looks weird. He's got a collar like Pattinson.
Like Pattinson's Batman, yeah.
And the lines on it look like you go down and you get those what do you call it? The little glow sticks, that you wear, and they just put that all over the costume, right?
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. I'm not into it. The other shot that Dawson likes, I like that one more, but from behind it looks stupid.
Why do you want to stay?
And then look at this shirt. Look at this oversized. Like, what the? Who let him borrow? That's not from Keaton. Who let him borrow these clothes? It's horrible. Who's in wardrobe? I mean, if you look at the pants, like his ankles, like the pants don't even go all the way down.
I mean, that's more of a hipster style, and that's kind of Ezra Miller-esque. So
fight to save this one.
That's his mother.
And she's like, yes. And she's like, I wear sweatshirts too. Let's see.
I guess because Ryan hates sweatshirts.
I mean, it's like, okay, whatever. Okay, whose hand is this?
The hand looks too petite to be a guy.
It looks like maybe Sasha Kaye or his mom.
I think it's his mom.
You changed.
And then this is what we're talking about with
this is
Michael
Keaton's
Keaton's
yes,
this is Michael Keaton's
or
suit.
his outfit, and it's very rubbery back here, and you can see the
you can see the yellow oval right there.
Yeah, right there. So this is him. This is blood on the floor, blood splattered from here. So did he disintegrate?
No, the rumor here is that Michael Keaton's Batman has become very reckless in his crime fighting after the death of Alfred. So like he comes back all like beaten and scarred and wounded. So that's the theory here.
Clothes on the floor.
Yeah, he just takes it off and like kind of goes and fixes himself up. That's kind of the theory anyway.
So which Robin shows
and
up?
This is Sasha Kaye right here.
Yeah, I think that's a given. Because look at where he's in. He's in like a red chamber. It's obviously like some kind of red sun cell.
Red sun to
I completely overlooked that. I completely overlooked that.
Yes.
And again,
does look
steel
very
cameo.
Tron-esque. Thank you, Dwayne Jackson, for pointing that out. The earlier suit we were talking about. Yeah, I just saw that. Sorry. And here we go. I've got to do the explosions.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
you so much for your support, guys. But yeah, look at his bridge.
It's coming off his nose.
It doesn't like lay on his skin.
It doesn't fit his face.
It doesn't. It's like did he lose a lot of weight before he got into the role?
It looks like steel.
After he, they took a casting of his
It
face.
looks like what's the other dude? Bible Man.
Yeah, Bible Man, right. Joey said that, right?
Yeah. Bible Man.
So there's that, and look, his shoulders look so little. Like his
the
head
torso,
looks huge.
The torso part of the suit doesn't bother me in this shot nearly as much as the helmet does.
It's the headpiece. The headpiece throws everything off. In my
throws
opinion,
it off.
And it's so sad because the headpiece in Zack Snyder's Justice League is so much better fitting. Like it actually really fits his face to a T.
I know. The only problem that I like Zack Snyder's suit. And I like the way it fits his face. I just don't like the elongated part in the back, the serrated, elongated part in the back. The only thing I like about it is that it's different from Batman or Cyborg or whatever. Like you can instantly tell who that is.
There's a visual distinction there.
There's a visual distinction, but I think he looks more like Johnny Quick than he does, the Flash.
Honestly, I think his best cowl is from the Nightmare. Like that's the best cowl he's ever had.
Oh yeah, sure. You can also see this. All right, relax.
Yo, relax.
And then there's
relax.
Was that
Sasha Kaye?
Yeah.
And so the other Flash, the long-haired Flash, or
Bartholomew,
I think is what they're calling him.
So the yellow coat is like driving people to think this might be the Reverse Flash, and I can maybe kind of see that.
Maybe.
I think what they're doing is again, this is the Barry that has a mom. The other Barry with the short hair is the one we know from Justice League and Zack Snyder's Justice League, who does not have his mom. This guy does. And so what he's doing in this next shot is he is spray painting one of Keaton's old uniforms or whatever so that he can go into
which ta-da! It's not Red Death.
It's not Red Death.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, that's Batman's
definitely
suit,
a Keaton
painted
boot.
red and yellow, and for some reason they have a ring, and so that's Barry number 1 presenting the ring to Barry number 2, or that's Keaton's finger. I don't know.
Could be.
I didn't think about that.
The evil Flash will die tonight.
No.
Evil will die.
What's up, Mr. Percy Fiddle?
How's
it going? Yeah, so that's. I mean, it's a good ring. It's a cool ring. It's different from mine.
Yeah.
So that's
yours
evil.
doesn't have a suit
Mine's
in it,
white.
so-
That one's dark. So therefore, it is evil. We all know that denotes evil.
All right.
Evil. So evil. Here we go. Okay, so here you go. You've got everything's lit up again. Same thing. The only thing I like is that it looks like the energy is going to be coursing through the suit and not just a static, boring.
See, I like this shot of this. I like the shot of his suit a little better, the full shot, a little bit better than the first shot we got.
Yeah, the first shot from behind looks just horrible.
Also, this one right here, it does look better than the first one. It also looks straight CG.
It does.
The entire, like, it's just a.
Oh, you're talking about that shot?
Yes, that looks like he's not even there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it does. The lighting on it is not quite right because everything around him is blue and he is like a dark red.
A dark red, yeah.
Yeah.
I also don't like how he doesn't have the lightning bolt fledgling wings on the top. I hate that they just kind of go into the cowl. I've never been a fan of that.
I'd love for them to be pointed back at least.
It's aerodynamic, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Woo! Michael Keaton! Holy shit, I haven't seen that before!
And look at that haircut. What the fudge is going on with this dude? Like, I prefer the longer hair compared to
I kind of do too.
The self-cut.
They look like
look at the reflection and the texture on the shoulder of Ezra's suit.
I mean, look at his shoulders on this suit compared to his shoulders on this one. Like, this one looks superhero-esque. And the one thing about, like, you know, Zack Snyder and the guy that made the suits for the Justice League and even for Man of Steel and also BVS was that they had like a V.
Yeah.
You know, it was a V shape. It was broad shoulders and it went to a V. Look at his delts, man. They're so unimposing. It just looks bad.
And again, the texture on the suit on the shoulder with the light hitting it, just
right here.
It looks slimy.
It does.
It looks like you could press
he's
it.
He's constantly wet. He wet himself. Anthony, go.
What?
What do you think about his suit?
Yeah, it's. I mean, I like the design of it. I do not like the wet look, which is
yeah.
It looks like
he's sweating all the time through his suit.
And
he's losing more weight.
I just thought of something. I think that they're gonna go with, if they use that ring for what we think they're gonna use it for, the suit's gonna be made out of some type of liquid fucking.
Yeah,
and that's why
it's gonna come out like flubber,
liquid rubber.
Yeah,
like that.
I mean,
I could see them doing that though.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's if they're gonna have it come out of the ring. I just thought of that because, like you said, it looks wet all the time.
Yeah,
if they might have it come out as some kind of
secret of use,
or I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. That's the last shot. Yeah, I can take that out. We can put that away.
That's Yakko, Wacko, and Dot for the
file that away.
I do like the fact, and that last shot, I do like the fact that, like, I do like, even though we've seen the Sasha's like set photos or whatever, I do like the fact that they didn't show too much of her in this trailer. I do like.
Sure. I'm glad we haven't heard her speak yet.
Yes,
we haven't really seen her fly or do anything super.
That's what this first look was mostly comprised of. A lot of shots that didn't require too much CGI, if any at all.
It was just like, yo, we've been shooting this thing forever. What can we show without showing anything?
Well, what they wanted to show got leaked, so they were like, well,
well, yeah, I mean, you know, the baby's falling and all that. I'm glad, and that's what I thought. I was like, dude, they're not, because, and especially since we were making fun of it, they were not going to just use that.
That's why their segment was so short. That's why it was just Ezra Miller introducing the trailer in a haphazard way, is because they knew if they did another special, or if they just showed the special that was already leaked, people would just be like, whatever.
Well, I also think somebody had mentioned this on a different stream, but they'd mentioned that Muschietti looked upset when he was doing the China interview or whatever. Like, he was just sort of perturbed. Like, I'm sure that he didn't want to have to do that. I'm sure that they had already filmed their segment. He had already filmed his segment. But because, you know, it got leaked, it's just like, you know, well, I got to do this, you know, sort of like an inconvenience for him to come out and do that. But I mean, I'm gonna watch The Flash,
of course.
You know, even though it's my least favorite of the four things that we saw, as far as movies are concerned. Like, I could care less about anything else. Like,
yeah,
also,
everything else.
Why featurette? just not even. I was about to say back in the day, not even back in the day, just a few years ago. Like directors, Zack Snyder, David
Fincher.
Yeah, David Ayer, like even they would be filming for this long on their project. When they came to Comic-Con, they brought you something that took some effort to produce. Even the year Zack Snyder came in there and all he showed was Ben Affleck turning on the fucking thing, which is a scene that was obviously not in BVS. He turned on the fucking the bat signal and Superman was in the sky. Like he put time
with
into
the red
that.
eyes. Oh,
well, they crafted something that they thought would best showcase their project.
Yeah. But now, like we were just, the Flash was literally going to show you a photo, basically a photo reel. It got leaked. They probably were listening and they saw that people did not like it. Yeah. Okay, we got to cut together some footage. So let's just cut together whatever we can. They used to do it big time, dude. They used to put some time and effort into this convention.
They're just like, you know what? We can put anything we want. They're going to show.
I think it's unfortunate that they gave China more to chew on than they gave us to chew on.
Oh yeah, 45 minutes.
Well, I mean, to be honest, man, I mean, Disney wants that China dollar as well.
Yeah,
they're all so they're like, oh, what's Disney doing? Oh, we should do that too because we're just as big, right? So yeah, they're going after China. I mean, and if they really wanted to go after China, they would have made an Adam movie with the Ryan Choi guy.
Yeah,
that's true.
That would have.
And if they're really going after China, they would have talked more about Zack Snyder's Justice League worldwide and would have probably at least attempted the idea of making sequels.
Yeah,
because 500 million views. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
Come on.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
Don't bullshit me.
Yeah, I just the fact that they were going to go with that and they instead had to and to put together obviously is something that it was underwhelming to us as fans was the Flash little teaser that they showed. That short 25-second BVS tease that we got. Literally Batman comes out, pulls the tarp off the light, turns it on, Superman's in the sky. I fucking probably died. Had to get resuscitated like 6 times. Just from that.
Do not resuscitate.
No, do resuscitate. I want to die.
I enjoyed greatness. Let me die this way.
Or like the year before the movie came out and they dropped that fat Comic-Con teaser.
Yeah.
With the first look of Suicide Squad. Like that was a year, I think, that's kind of unmatched in terms of promoting your films.
They also dropped the first Deadpool. That's when Deadpool had
Sure. I mean, it used to be a time where they really cared.
Yeah.
And and that time is over, man. But I mean, one thing, or one person that did bring it was this guy here.
I do applaud them for that.
This was fire. So let's go ahead and watch this real quick with everybody. Thank you guys for joining us. They're in a volcano.
That crown. I've seen that crown before.
Yeah.
She's out.
He lives. Oh.
Are those rose petals around him? They were red.
Look how fast.
Pay close enough attention, you can see the yellow on his cloak too.
Yep.
Oh man. The skull just disintegrates.
They're like bullets.
Look at his arm chains.
Yeah, dude, I love the gauntlets.
Yep, the gauntlets.
Great music.
Yes. Foreboding music. It almost was like the music that would play in a scene with Smaug.
Yeah.
From The Hobbit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the extended edition.
I've expressed my feelings on that several times. Not don't.
We know you can't talk about the set. We know.
We don't talk about Fight Club.
I thought we'd see something, but that was something that I was like, okay, now this movie in my mind just went on a totally different direction. He's about to be fucking some motherfuckers up. Like that's, I saw that and I was like, whoa. So yeah.
Straight up murking people.
Zachary Levi.
Sure.
I know what you're
I say they have to get, I mean,
Superman.
They have to get Superman. They can't do it without him. I'm sorry. They need the whole, it can't be just Shazam. It's got to be the whole Shazamly and Superman.
Yeah.
To take on Black Adam.
Truthfully,
so
I think the Justice Society is in this movie just to die at the hand of Black Adam.
The one that's not going to die
is Dr. Fate.
No, well, okay, I'm sorry, two. Okay. The two that are not going to die, Cyclone is not going to fucking die.
Probably not.
And then Dr. Fate. And then of course, Hawkman,
well, the helmet's not going to die, of course.
Hawkman can die because he reincarnates.
Yeah,
so
right.
That's like okay. And then Atom Smasher, they're just like, we'll just get the guy that was going to play He-Man.
And he's going to be wearing a mask half the time anyway. So it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. so we know he's definitely he's the guy from what was that movie?
It's Noah Centineo. That's the actor playing Atom Smasher. I don't remember what he's from though.
Okay.
But yeah, I truly think that movie is going to be Black Adam versus the Justice Society, and Black Adam is the reason why the Justice Society is
not here.
That's why Zack Snyder was like, Justice Society, who are they? I can't use them. I don't. They didn't make it into the history lesson.
Yeah.
But I do like, and is Digimon Aslu in Black Adam? Because I think he should be.
I think he might be. Because you'd have to imagine.
Because
that's awesome connective tissue right there. I love.
I'm glad they haven't told us that he's there yet. But I think he's if he's in it, like it will be like such a pleasant surprise.
And because I mean, he'll be young.
Yep.
He'll be younger.
He'll be
more because when he was in Shazam, he was brittle and he couldn't really do much or whatever. And that's how Savannah, was able to overpower him with the other, demons or whatever they are. But yeah, man. So overall, are you guys excited for 2022 and 2023?
2023. Why are we getting so far ahead?
That's Shazam, right? 2023.
I'll wait to get excited about that.
And more than likely, the Flash. I think the Flash is going to move its date.
Yeah,
I do, because Marvel just moved Black Panther 2 to like a week after that. I don't see WB putting that fight up. I don't. I think.
Do you really think the We Are Wakanda is going to
Wakanda Forever? You mean?
Yeah, I do.
It's We Are Wakanda, or like We Are Team Flash.
No,
it's Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever.
Okay, I'm not excited for that one. So I mean, we haven't seen shit for it, so there's really nothing to be excited for anyway.
Right.
But I'm just.
Hey,
what's up, Jesse?
What's up, Jesse? In my opinion, 2022 will be the year of the Batman.
Yeah.
The Batman will be the biggest thing.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I guess in honor of Nickatina, who's not here, like, hey, pour it out, whatever. This is for Nickatina. Do you guys think that that the Flash will be Ben Affleck's last on-screen appearance as Batman? Not to die, he won't die, but do you think that'll be his last performance as Batman?
If logic is there when they're doing these things, no.
Yeah.
Because they just confirmed, or at least sources have confirmed, allegedly, that J.K. Simmons is going to be back as Jim Gordon in the Batgirl movie. And Batman will make an appearance. The director was looking at Ben Affleck's cowl. So reason suggests that if they know what they're doing, Ben Affleck will be Batman in that movie. So I'm going to say, no, it won't be his last performance. At least I sure as hell hope it's not. Because if it is, again, I mentioned this before, if they do this whole stupid tomfoolery where Michael Keaton becomes the new old 70-year-old Batman of the DCEU when you have a young Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash, and all that, I will lose my mind. I'll walk out of the room wherever I'm watching it, whether it be a theater or my living room. I will turn off that movie. I will not watch it again because that's stupid.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've said this on other streams as well, is that you cannot have a 70-year-old Michael Keaton talking to a 65-year-old J.K. Simmons.
No, because Batman would be older than Jim Gordon. Think about that for a second. How stupid that would be. Doesn't work.
Yeah. I don't.
Yep.
What?
No, I said yep. Deadline for Simmons.
Okay.
Simmons. Oh, okay. So it's a different actor.
Yeah,
he could be older than
actor.
No, go ahead, Anthony. Go ahead, Anthony.
No,
what are your thoughts on Ben
I think I would say
that's an HBO Max production.
I would say for me personally, I'd give it a 70 to 30% chance that he's back, that he comes back. I don't think this is his last time. I don't think so. I'll just say that. Just no reason behind it, just a hunch, I guess. Okay. It's just,
he loves the character too much, I feel. And if he's in a better place now, then I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see, I suppose.
Yeah.
And Phil.
I'm with Dawson and ACS. I don't really
I don't want to count him out.
I don't either. And it's a lot of people who are like, oh, he's done, are the major Keaton boomers. And it's like, you know what? Eat a bag.
You know what? Keaton's great, but he's 70 freaking years old.
Frank brings up an interesting point. Does Batgirl release next year?
They don't have a date for it, so no.
Okay, because I would think the way Marvel does shit, and I'm not going to say that DC has to follow suit, but they're like, if this gets pushed back, then this gets pushed back as far as release. So I can't see unless they're totally unrelated stories.
Yeah,
that's why depend on each other at all. So you wouldn't have to push back, Batgirl. You could make that because it's not a series; it's a one and done. Mm-hmm. They could essentially, film it, put it out there. Because really, with Batgirl, it's not effects heavy like the Flash or Shazam or Black Adam. What do you say?
I was saying he thinks Affleck is done unless Zach comes back, but he hopes not, though.
I don't think it all depends on Zach.
He came back for the Flash, and that's not at all tied to.
That's true.
Zach does benefit financially from the Flash, and Zach does. And this is one thing that kind of threw me. I was like, they're like, hey, look, Zack Snyder's saying, go watch Batman. It's like, yeah, because he's a vested interest in it, because he's a producer on it. So he definitely wants it to succeed, not only for Matt Reeves, but also because, he wants to make money too. Hell, even Ben Affleck.
Well, he's also just showing support for fellow creators before. So that's just his personality.
Support, but if he wasn't, I can't see that Zach would be like, hey, go support, such and such or whatever. He didn't come out and say anything about Muschietti, and that has Ben Affleck in it,
Well, that's also got things with Ray Fisher, so that muddies it up a bit.
It's all muddy. But what I'm saying is, for the Batman, this was Zack Snyder's project, or not his sole project, but he was a producer on it. He's still a producer on it. So that's why he put it out there and said, hey, I support this. And he's also being positive. So, it's in the sea of negativity, which is usually Warner Brothers. There is something positive. And yeah, it made sense that he put that out there. And yes, he supported Wonder Woman 84 again, because it had the Stone Quarry production on there. He had vested interest in that. It makes sense. You have your money on the line. You're not going to be like, don't support that. Hamada's working on it. That's if you have money in on it, you want it to succeed so that you'll get a return. So
not only that, like him and Patty Jenkins, they have a mutual friendship. So
yeah,
I could absolutely see why they would support each other. Same deal with Matt Reeves. So
$80 million.
That actually does not surprise me if that is the case. That actually feels right and accurate. And if they were to do it theatrically, they'd probably get a bigger return than they'd be expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would. I think Batgirl would have head over heels with even having J.K. Simmons in there would make more money than Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
Even with Harley Quinn.
Because even just that logo, that bat symbol, and then you've got Batgirl. And she's had how much of a following over the last 40, 50 years between the 66 show, the animated series, hell, even Batman and Robin, despite how people may not like that movie, there is a version of Batgirl in it. Still, People like.
So I mean, if they don't film until, well, of course it's going to be next year. Then yeah, I don't anticipate
2023 feels realistic for that.
Yes, it does feel more realistic for that.
Bad Dan's trolling.
Bad Dan. He's awake. That's good. But anyway, so that's the last topic that I had for this evening. I'd like to thank my panel always.
Yes.
And I'd like to thank Phil for joining us and making this a better stream than our normal 4Nerds lineup.
And really quick, actually, really quick, I just want to give Phil the chance to talk about him and Austin's new shows for the 4Nerds Network. So, Phil, let us know what you guys have planned for us.
Well, thank you, Dawson, because we've been kind of working on this for a little while now. Austin, Leanne, and I are going to be doing 2 new shows for the 4Nerds Network. My show, it will be the late night pull. Trying to shoot for Friday nights. It's going to be comic centric. So any kind of comics you people are reading, if you like comics, come on by. Friday nights, usually maybe 10 p.m. PST, maybe 9:30. We're not really sure yet. And then, of course, Austin's got we're going to do Austin's Deep Dive. We're going to be talking about a plethora of different things, not predominantly related to anything superhero, but definitely more nerd related, just pop culture stuff in general. I think we're going to try and do Austin Powers as one of the first things we get done. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Baby.
Yeah, baby, yeah. So make you horny, baby. Yeah, so we're very excited to have you guys on the network. I know we've been talking back and forth about things we could do with the show, and we're just very excited this lined up the way that it did. So, guys, be sure to keep an eye out for those shows because it'll be great.
This is episode 69, baby.
It is
we went an entire episode pretty much without mentioning that.
Well, yeah, because we had.
I applaud the maturity, actually.
Yes, 4 mature hosts.
But now that we've made it to the topic of episode 69.
Great. It's all downhill from here.
Oh, guys, I've got a date with Ivana.
I don't remember eating any corn.
Oh, man.
Oh, gosh.
You ever smell your brand?
Variety is really not that trustworthy of a tabloid. It's a tabloid. It's not a trade.
Didn't they just spoil the Eternals?
I'm sorry, but I do Vanity Fair, and I'll do
Hollywood Reporter.
Hollywood Reporter, yeah, there you go. And then
I won't do The Wrap. I won't do Collider. I won't do TV Line. I won't do Vulture. You all can eat a big old bag. That's what y'all can do.
And that robot one too. With the
giant freaking robots.
Stop lying to people for clicks. Giant GFR. You.
And there's a couple other ones that maybe hit more close to home for people. We don't subscribe to those either. Yeah. Anyway, so this one says, I'm excited for the Batgirl movie. It's based on Batgirl of Burnside and happens to be my introduction to reading comics. Awesome. Well,
nice.
That's an awesome little tidbit there. I love the comic. I love the costume look and it being dark influencers, hipsters, and hackers.
Interesting.
You lost Ryan with that last sentence.
Yeah, I was like, I will say when you're talking about the Batgirl and
do we have
Blue Beetle? Those two panels were kind of fire, dude.
I'm excited for Blue Beetle because
the directors,
I like Reyes.
Yeah, both of them. When they had, there's one director for Blue Beetle, and then they had the writer there, and then they had the actor Zolo. Was
Zolo?
Yes.
Who's playing Jaime, and then for the Batgirl thing, they had the two directors there, and they had the writer and they had her, and it was fire because she was just like they didn't have anything to show except for that concept art. But she was like, if you look at this, she had a fucking fire Batgirl statue behind her, and she just
that was probably mailed to her. Yeah,
probably. But she says, "Look at this statue," and it was classic Batgirl, you know. But she said they did confirm she will have a cowl and the red hair and all that.
Right.
Shit. So
that's great. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, and then for Jaime, hadn't even seen the suit yet, and said, "I guarantee you, my suit is better than anybody else's in the DCEU." I was like, "Oh,
it's sweet."
What the hell? Like, why?
Wilden.
I just throwing out that before we cut out of here that those two panels made me more excited for those projects just because of like the passion, like there was like real, like, you know what I mean, like they're excited to do these things. So
yeah.
All right, well, guys, thanks for showing up. Thanks for commenting in the comment section. Please leave us a like and follow us on our respective channels. And we will see you guys next time. Peace out, Seacrest.